we were simply to just base it on the number on the scale, which I don't love to do, a lot of the times the scale doesn't move. In women, especially, the scale lies all the time. I'm sure you can attest to that. And it's like you're killing yourself in terms of like working out and doing everything and ticking off all the boxes. But if you only track your progress on the scale once a week, not every day, ladies, do not weigh yourself every day. Please don't self sabotage. But if you're doing it once a week, let's say, and you're seeing the number is not changing, or worse for other women, going up, the number went up, I mean, right away you feel defeated, you feel deflated, and you're thinking, this isn't working for me, this program doesn't work. But if we're tracking in measurements and we're tracking in photos, we can see the huge difference in body composition, in how tighter we look and how much more toned and how the skin is much smoother and the muscle growth itself. The scale doesn't show you that, unfortunately, and that creates stress. And stress is our cortisol level, which then creates inflammation, which then actually stops the weight loss progress. So it's a vicious cycle that we want to get out of and track it in all other aspects except for the scale.
Yeah, 100%. I can definitely say from experience working with you, having measurable progress and the accountability completely changes your consistency if you are the type of person that needs that. And I think where you support your clients as a coach is checking off the boxes in both those categories. So really moving beyond just motivation, because as you say, you're not going to be motivated all the
That's
time,
right.
right?
That's right.
So really having that accountability, that dedication, understanding your why to drive the results is really what helps bolster that consistency. And then ultimately, like you said, even if the numbers don't change on the scale, you're noticing, hey, my pants fit a little different, or I am smooth here in the thigh area where I used to have some more cellulite,
Yes.
what have you. So it really
Yeah.
is incredible when you track it. And then, like you said, having those photos to look back on, it's almost shocking between day one and day, 120 or whatever that looks like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's also important to understand that tracking is not just the physical aspect of it too, right? We want to look at the non-scale emotional or mental ones. So if a woman is coming to me with low energy levels, with brain fog, with inflammation, we also want to track that. How are you feeling? Are you feeling more energized? Are you feeling more productive now? Do you feel more clear? Right? So all of those things are incredible wins by making those lifestyle changes that are still going to make you keep going, even if you're not seeing anything change physically.
Definitely. And I think that's an excellent segue into my next point, where behavioral psychology shows that identity based habits are significantly more sustainable than motivation based habits,
Mhm.
right? The discipline over motivation. When someone shifts how they see themselves, the behavior follows, right? One of the biggest shifts for me personally was moving from I have to be perfect to I have to be consistent and show up for myself. How do you coach women through that transition?
Well, it leads to back to what you said is the power of the why. Just for example, yesterday I was in a consultation call, and one of my last questions to women who are potentially wanting to start a program with me is, what is your why in terms of why do you want to do this, and how deep is it for you? And I am not even exaggerating if I hear something like, well, I have a wedding to go to. I need to look really good at the wedding. Or I have a vacation coming up this summer. We're going to Italy. I need to look good in a bathing suit. I'm going to say, I'm so sorry. You're not ready. This isn't for you. The why needs to be so big and so deep. We need to be at a point where if nothing changes, not the greatest things are going to start happening for me in the next 6 to 12 months, health wise, emotionally wise, mentally, and physically. I can't keep going like this. So, for example, having hypothyroidism and brain fog and feeling like I'm trapped in someone else's body and anxiety and depression. Those are huge whys to keep going. Because, yes, motivation is not always going to be there. You have to identify the type of woman that you want to become and why do you want to become her? What is that driving force behind it? This is where that mindset starts to shift in showing up for yourself and making a conscious effort every single day to do so.